What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and today, Poseidon trades in his trident for a fresh bouquet of roses. That's coming up next, and this is Eau So Fraiche. Yo, what is good, Fresh fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a freshie. It really means a lot. And if this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name's Mega Dave. This is my channel, Oh So Fresh. I do reviews on fragrances that I absolutely love. And I hope that you love them too. If you do, give me 2 huge fresh thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy the content. Also, think about subscribing and hit me decent down on my notification bell. That lets you know when I'm uploading new content, because who knows, it could be your favorite fragrance that I review next. Today, as you heard, we got a bouquet of roses with Poseidon. We got a feminine fragrance, right? Oh, how far you could be wrong. For those that watched my Facebook Live, I did an initial impression for all of those that came out a couple weeks ago. Rosa Poseidon, actually, people were very excited thinking that we were going to get a feminine fragrance or one that was made more for the ladies. And then we got it, and we were disappointed, but very excited as well, at least if you're a man. The fragrance that we got in the house of Dua, Rosa Poseidon. This fragrance is a hybrid between 2 very nice, very popular niche houses, one being Mancera with their Roses Vanille, the other being the king, Creed Aventus, but with a twist, Ambroxan, ISO E Super, and the addition of juniper berries, i.e. this is from Mod 3, that pineapple, that DNA that we all love, and the Rosa in there being that Mancera Roses Vanille, not Rosa's Thorn or the Tom Ford Rose Prick that we thought was going to be in there, completely threw us for a left field, even though when we saw the name, we thought about it, but a lot of people were thinking that we're going to get the Tom Ford Rose Prick with the Creed Aventus, making that a much more feminine fragrance and much more inviting for the ladies. Unfortunately for the ladies and very fortunately for the men, this came out and it's incredible. But let me shut up and get to why you guys all came here and get to the scent breakdown. All right, I got my Rosa Poseidon and of course my handy dandy fresh strip. We're gonna put this baby on paper. It's beautiful. Every time. Mod 3 is a killer. This opens up with a very good, juicy, ripe pineapple. You get a little bit of that citrus also as well. And then surprisingly enough, a very good, sweet Turkish delight accord. For those that don't know what a Turkish delight is, it's a little jelly-like treat. Has like a pistachio, almondy, sweet, gorgeous vibe with some honey. It's very, very good. And the scent characteristics are all up in the mix already, blending with that pineapple. So just imagine a pineapple-y tropical Turkish accord if you could. It's very, very nice. The opening, extremely sweet, extremely mass-pleasing, and changes that DNA completely from the Mod 3. You get that initial burst of that pineapple, you get the apple note in there as well. But now you have that Turkish delight, and that vanilla is drizzled over some juniper berries. So you get a whole bunch of very good stuff up in the front, and then we start going down to the mid. When we get to the mid, we have more of that sensual vanilla being dripped down all up in the mix. Just keeping things very nice and warm, but also a little bit bright, a little bit sweet as well. And then the star of the show, the rose comes through. That's getting drizzled on by that vanilla as well. Still sweet. You still have that Turkish delight that's down. Start changing up and starting to blend with the rose. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's done extremely well. But the rose is forward, it's centerpieced, and it is incredible. Also, a little bit more touch of sweetness that you can pick up. The synthetics that are in here, obviously, almost everybody is using them. These aroma chemicals, the Ambroxan, the ISO E Super, it's here. Little bit of sweetness to it. And you can smell it, it's forward, and you can tell that this thing is just destined to be a long-lasting fragrance. When we get down to the base, as always, I'm wearing them. I've wore this is probably like my 5th or 6th time wearing it. It's a very incredible fragrance. I actually have not wore this as a scent of the day yet. It's been extremely blistering hot, at least where I am, and we think 90 degrees is scorching. So I've been wearing it kind of in different locations throughout the day when I'm wearing my regular scent of the day, so I can kind of get some good wearings and try to give the best overall impression for longevity that I can. The dry down of this, nothing short of spectacular. If you are a fan of the Mod 3, you're going to be a fan of the dry down in this. You get that first initial birch opening, a little bit of smoke. You have that oak moss that comes through as well. You have a little bit of a clean, fresh musk. There's a whole bunch of strong Viagra inducing base notes in here that are just destined to push this thing well past 10 hours. As it dries down a little bit further, you pick up a very good, very nice, very high quality ambergris. It has a good cedar wood, and then it finishes out with a slight earthy, very nice patchouli. This thing was really a shock to me and to a lot of people. Like I said, people were thinking we were going to get an extremely floral power bomb of a bouquet of roses, and we got rose, but we just didn't get it in that traditional sense. I know a lot of women purchased it and then let it go. A lot of men picked it up and now are enjoying the fruits of Massam's labor, because this thing is actually very incredible, and it is an amazing date fragrance and ready to go almost right out of the box, because it has a very good blend already, and it's going to increase and get better. And that's what's even more scary. So who to wear it, where to wear it, how to wear it, when to wear it, all of that. Who to wear it. Again, I do think it's listed as unisex. I give the tip of the cap because of the base. It's very, very laden with more masculine traits, at least in my opinion. So the tip of the cap is going to go to men on this one, okay? Women, feel free to wear it. If you were wearing Mod 3 before, you're going to love it. It's just now added with rose, a little bit of vanilla, then you get that Turkish delight accord, which I mentioned already. Get a bunch of little pistachio and almond and honey and a little bit more tweaky little roses with vanilla. It's just very, very nice, and a lot of stuff going on. But if you don't like the little bit of earthiness and the oak moss and the patchouli, this probably won't be for you, or at least I would recommend just to sample it first instead of going blind buying the whole thing. But if you did buy it, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of men that are going to want to pick this up if it does get sold out if you don't like it. So if you can, sample it. Otherwise, maybe wait till it goes on sample. Maybe wait to see if you can pick one up in the black market, something like that. Now, when to wear it. I think this is perfectly designed for the fall and for the spring. Now, keep in mind, I live in a completely different climate than you do, and I've heard a lot of people mention your summer ain't like my summer, and that's absolutely correct. And I try to say that in every single video. I think it's perfect spring and fall fragrance for the majority of the United States. Texas, California, Florida, Arizona, like really hot climates. You guys maybe wait till it's a little bit cooler. Okay, so if you have a 90-degree day in your spring, probably don't put this on, okay? It is meant for what I think in my mind, about 65 degrees and below, and then stopping somewhere around 45, 50 degrees. So not extremely bitter cold and not extreme blistering heat. So right in that little sweet spot. It does have some good freshness, so you can get away if it gets just a little bit hot, and it has a strong, girthy backbone. So if it gets a little bit cold, it's gonna stand up just fine, no problem. So you can have no fears with this. I do see this as a date fragrance. I see this as a beautiful nighttime fragrance. I think a lot of men are gonna get some Netflix and chill love with this. I think a lot of men are going to find this as a very popular signature scent because that DNA is incredible. Mod 3 is incredible. Now you just put a very sensual rose and vanilla note in there, and it's just mind-blowing. Now, in terms of longevity, projection, compliment, right now, as I've wore it the few times that I got, right at 9 hours on me, okay? It may last a little bit longer on you, may last a little bit less on you, it just depends. But on my skin, right at 9 hours, almost to the T, where I have to bury my nose deep in here to get the last bits of the cedar wood in there. So you're gonna get 9 hours with about 2 hours of push, hour 45 or so actually to be exact. So above average on the longevity as well. I do actually think this is going to get even better, maybe 9.5, close to 10 hours on some people, just gonna be dependent. Now, as I've been wearing this, like I said, I have not been able to give it completely full sprays and wear this as a scent of the day, but knowing the power of it and knowing how it wears, I definitely would think a 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be beautiful. With a 5, optional if you want to push out just a little bit more. So a 4 to 5 spray on this one is going to be just fine. If it's a little bit more warm outside, perhaps you just go with the 4. If it's a little colder outside, you can even go with the 2 shoulders as well, just to stiffen up just a bit more. And especially if you're trying to radiate this gorgeous scent, you can adjust it there. And again, keep this in mind. This is just how I'm going to wear it and my guidelines for it. So wear it as you like and how you see fit. Spray the entire bottle. Like I said, wear what you love what you wear. If you want to choke people out, that's your prerogative. If you want to wear very, very light and just dainty so they got to get up close and smell you, go with a 2 spray, go with a 1 spray. But I do think 4 to 5 is the perfect, ideal, sweet spot for this, pun intended, for people to enjoy it and for you to enjoy it yourself, how it's meant to be. So, till I come to you again, and as always, I love you, continue to be blessed, and stay fresh.